Well, hello everyone. It's been a super long time. It's funny, I'm already starting this video, doing it the way everybody hates, walking around. But it's been a little while, eh? I just looked, and January 5th was the last time I posted a video, and it's now towards the end of October. I don't know the exact date. I think it's like the 20th. Also, as per usual, I chose probably the worst time to shoot a video today. I'm kind of fighting the clock. My daughter's at preschool, and I have to pick her up in about an hour. And I decided to rearrange a bunch of stuff and tear a bunch of stuff out and record a video at the same time. So, here we are. What I'm doing today, we're just going to do a quick catch-up. This is the office. I'll try to get most of it in the shot. It is a hot mess. There is stuff stacked everywhere. It's a little extra messy because I cleared this table off to bring these large shelves in that were actually at the front of the store that are going to be replaced by a couple more arcade machines either today or tomorrow. But hopefully bringing in some big shelves like that will make organizing things possible. I was going to say better, but things are hardly organized. I mean, you can see there's just stuff everywhere. Just like games, accessories. There's a box down there with 52 Nintendo NES controllers in it. I have games that I forget that I have. I keep finding. I just found like a $200 Atari Jaguar game the other day that I forgot I had, and it was just stuck in a box with a bunch of not $200 games. As you can see, a lot of stuff stacked out here, just everywhere. I'm so far behind when getting things like organized and cleaned and resold. It's ridiculous. And I'm one of those personalities that when I get too much stuff to do, the likelihood is that I won't do much of anything. I think you get the idea. I should find a place to sit down here, but things are going well. Business is pretty alright. I don't really know where I'm going to sit here with this. I guess this is as good as anywhere. This is where I usually sit in the shop. But business is okay. I don't really have any complaints. Kind of get sick of being here all the time. I do have Sunday and Wednesday off, though a lot of times I end up being here on those days anyway, which has helped a lot. But generally I'm here from 9 or 10 in the morning until 9 or 10 at night, like pretty much every day, except Monday, which we're closed, but it's kind of the same deal. Yesterday was Monday, and I was here for almost the entire day, kind of getting things organized, tending to things on the internet, the usual stuff. But the purpose of this is just to kind of start getting back in the habit of putting some videos up. I get a lot of questions on the channel that I don't answer, and I'm sorry, apologize for that. And one of the things that I always wanted to do was be upfront about numbers. And I forget exactly what the date was, but we did hit our like official first year. So I do have like a full year of kind of like financial data to kind of like base some opinions on and have some actual hard numbers. I've also gotten questions recently about like startup costs, and we won't address any of that in this video. I want to have like a more structured, like prepared video for that. This is more impromptu. I hate to say it. It pains me to say it, but my like TLDR advice about starting your own shop is don't do it. It takes a very, very particular type of person, I think, to own and run a shop. I wouldn't recommend doing it if you have a family, because it's going to suck up a lot of your time and it can cause a lot of problems. It is not a trivial thing to have to work, 70 to 90 hours a week if you have a family and a spouse and kids and all that stuff and obligations outside of this space. I'm always in this space, so it's tough to do other things. It's funny, like even running to the store once or twice a week is harder than it probably seems like it would be, because usually when you get to leave, I just want to go home. I don't really feel like doing things outside of here. I can't tell you the last like social event I've went to. I think my kids' birthdays, I have 2 kids. I think their birthday parties this year were 2 of the only like social events that I went to during business hours, because I had someone cover. I do have a little bit of help. And most people can't maintain that lifestyle. I mean, it's just the way it is. If you can, more power to you. Maybe it is in the stars for you to operate a business, but I would explore all your options before you open a card shop. There's a lot of reasons for this. Some of you might be familiar with Rudy from Alpha Investments. He does a pretty good job of being kind of candid about the reasons why this isn't necessarily the best business to be in, especially if you just want to be on the card side. Thank God I don't just do cards. If we just did card games, I think we probably would have closed 6 months ago. Maybe we would have even been open less than that. The card business, especially with sealed product, is really, really, really tough right now. We'll discuss that in another video. I have a lot of comments about some of this stuff now that I have like firsthand experience. I had pretty strong opinions about it before, but now that I've had to actually deal with numbers, I do have some pretty strong opinions on that stuff. So we'll talk about some of that stuff in the near future. Like I said, mostly sealed product. The secondary market can be pretty lucrative if you handle it correctly. I spent a lot of time not handling it correctly, so I learned a lot of lessons the hard way, and we can talk about all that too. I've learned a whole lot of lessons the hard way. That's part of being in business and being kind of a do-it-yourselfer. Like, I like to just do things. I try to take people's advice, but I'm definitely a doer. More than like I was gonna say more than a planner, but I do plan. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't sell myself short. Like, I did do a lot of planning here, but planning in the blind isn't super beneficial. You do need to have some informed opinions and some I don't know how you'd say it. Consult people who have more experience than you do. It'll go a long way. But I don't want to ramble too long in this video. I just kind of wanted to put something up so I can start getting in the habit of doing videos again. I don't want to let 9 months pass until the next one. It'd be nice to do a video a week, cover some topics, cover some fun things. I don't have it here. I did order an HTC Vive. I'd like to do some videos about that. I got a cheap headset recently. And it's funny how it all came about. We had several people trade in PS4 VR units, and I'm not a big console gamer, especially with like newer gen consoles, but I did find software that allowed me to hook the PSVR headset to my computer so I could do some like PC gaming with it, and it's super fun. It's fun even just to watch like TV shows and stuff through a VR unit. It's pretty nifty, and it kind of pushed me in the direction of like finally wanting to try VR. Always thought it was kind of gimmicky and wanted to wait until the technology matured a little bit, but I took the plunge, ordered kind of like a mid-range Windows mixed reality headset. Super didn't like it. In addition to the seller kind of misleading me and not including everything that was supposed to be there. So that's being returned today. And then my HTC Vive or Vive should be here tomorrow. So I'm going to check that out, and hopefully that's pretty cool. It's pretty fun with the kids too. Like, I have a 4-year-old, and even with the mixed reality headset, which wasn't the greatest, I let her use it with some of the, what am I trying to say? Like roller coaster type 3D experiences, and they were pretty cool. She watched some 3D cartoons on it, which were pretty cool. So I look forward to letting her actually have like the controllers and play some of the games and stuff. Same with my wife and friends and all that stuff. Probably be pretty fun. But There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in a shop when you're here all the time, every day, and there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about. It's not just all business that we'll cover, but I'd like to get into doing some of that again instead of just putting the nose to the grindstone and not communicating with the outside world at all. So I'm going to try to answer some of the questions that have backed up. I will try to do that, and I apologize, I haven't done that for about 9 months, so there's quite a few. So some of you might be getting responses to questions you asked half a year ago, and hopefully you'll be happy to see those. But in the meantime, I am running out of time, so I need to hurry up and get this hot mess cleaned up because we do open in about 2 hours, and I have to pick my daughter up in about a half hour and take her to the sitter. So I've really got to get my butt in gear. But thanks everybody for subscribing and checking out the channel, even though it's been kind of like static and there's been no new content. We'll try to fix that, but I will see you all in the near future. So thanks.